The morning of January 23, 2024, dawned like any other in the remote Northwest Territories of Canada. The skies were clear as Northwestern Air Flight 738 prepared for its routine journey. The flight was destined for the Diavik diamond mine, a common route for the airline. However, tragedy struck shortly after takeoff, forever changing the lives of those on board and their families. At approximately 7:30 a.m. local time, Northwestern Air Flight 738 crashed just moments into its flight. The crash site was located approximately 500 meters from the end of the runway at Fort Smith Airport. Emergency responders rushed to the scene, hoping to find survivors amidst the wreckage. The incident sent shockwaves through the small community and the aviation industry alike. The flight, operated by Northwestern Air Lease as PLR 738, was carrying both crew and passengers to the remote mine. The aircraft involved in the crash was a British Aerospace Jetstream, a twin-engine turboprop aircraft commonly used for regional flights. On board were 2 crew members and 4 passengers. Sadly, the crash claimed the lives of 6 people. 4 passengers and both pilots perished in the accident. Amidst the tragedy, there was a glimmer of hope. 1 passenger survived the crash. The lone survivor, whose identity remains protected, was immediately transported to Stanton Hospital in Yellowknife. Their condition remains unknown at this time. The cause of the crash is still under investigation. However, the fact that it occurred so soon after takeoff raises many questions. Was it a mechanical failure, human error, or a combination of factors? The Transportation Safety Board of Canada, or TSB, immediately launched an investigation into the crash. Investigators will examine every aspect of the flight, from the aircraft's maintenance records to the pilot's experience and weather conditions. The TSB's goal is to determine the cause of the crash and prevent similar tragedies from happening in the future. Following the crash, officials expressed their condolences and pledged their support. Jakob Stausholm, CEO of Rio Tinto, which operates the Diavik mine, offered his deepest sympathies to the families and colleagues of the victims. He also promised to provide all necessary assistance to those affected by the tragedy. R.J. Simpson, Premier of the Northwest Territories, paid tribute to the victims, many of whom were members of the local community. He acknowledged the devastating impact of the crash and offered support to the families and first responders. Sadly, the crash of Northwestern Air Flight 738 was not an isolated incident in 2024. The year was marked by a number of significant air accidents globally, raising concerns about aviation safety. Just 2 days prior to the Northwestern Air crash, a helicopter crashed in British Columbia, also claiming lives. These incidents, along with others throughout the year, serve as tragic reminders of the inherent risks associated with air travel. While investigations continue and we strive to understand what went wrong in each case, the human cost of these tragedies is undeniable. The families and friends of the victims are left to grieve their loved ones, and communities are left to cope with the loss. The hope is that by learning from these tragedies, we can make air travel even safer for everyone.